Chat, I'm so late. Oh my god, you haven't been able to hear the music either. Chat! I'm so sorry. Oh my god, it's the wrong stream number 2. No, okay, so the way I have it set up is that the YouTube music source has to have the window match exactly, and I didn't switch it over to the Nintendo Wii Shop music. Okay, give me a sec, let me find this. Okay, now we're good. We're good now. Oh, chat. What a fucked up day. I guess what a fucked up way to start stream, because we were supposed to start 3 hours ago. And I was like, okay, we're definitely not going to start at 2 because I woke up a little late. We were hunting till 3 a.m. last night as well. And if you could not tell from the clips that were posted and what our current Last Unknown says, we got a shiny N last night on Heart Gold. After everybody was asleep. Even Sam the Swan was asleep by then. We got a shiny N on Heart Gold. So we got 2 shinies on Heart Gold in one stream yesterday. So, fun stuff there. I was like, okay. It was right before I was going to end stream, too. It was, I was going to end at 4,100, or I was going to end at 4,200 encounters for the phase. And we got it at 4,170. So, like, fun. Anyways, folks, here's what the plan is for today. Because we are starting 3 hours late, and mind you, the reason why we are starting 3 hours late is because I looked at the storage on my computer, and I was like, oh, I don't have enough storage to do another long stream. I need to, like, clear off space. And in I have, like, this weird file that's in my recycle bin of, like, an old, like, VOD of one of my streams. And every time I go to try to remove it from my recycle bin and, like, clear it out, my computer just shuts down. It's just like, we don't know what to do. This file is massively fucked. So I had to restart my computer twice in the process of just moving a ton of stuff over to my external hard drive. And then I moved, like, 100... Once I got all that sorted out and did not touch the forbidden file, I was able to move 140 gigabytes of footage over to the external hard drive off my computer. So now I have 180 something gigabytes free now, and I don't have to think about this for like another couple months. So that's nice. But it took a lot of time, and it ended up taking like 3 hours more than I wanted it to take. So here we are now. It's now 5:15, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stream until like 7:30, and then I'm gonna get ready for my fantasy draft. So here's what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna stream from now until 7:30. I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna pass a raid over to somebody else, and then I'm going to come back on after my fantasy draft is over, and then we'll hunt for like another 2 or 3 hours, and then call it a day. Does that work for you all? Is that fine? Can we do that? Anyways. What do I know? I don't need to ask your permission. We're gonna do that. Oh, also, I cooked up a little fun thing. Let me see if I can find it. I guess I don't have it as a PNG. I've been posting my unknown results in the r/shiny Pokemon subreddit. So definitely check that out if you get a chance. It's just the occasional unknown post. I think I posted the shiny G that got us to 27 unique unknowns the other day. So I've been posting about that. What I'm going to do going forward is every week, I'm going to post the results of my hunt and be like, all right, we've phased this many times this week. We've done this many encounters total. This is how many encounters we did this week. And then this is our progress and what we still need. This is how many of each of the letters we have so far. And it's in that brick format as well. So I've got all of that kind of laid out and ready to post at the end of the week on Sunday. And I'll probably post it I'm going to post it in the Discord too, because I don't know why I wouldn't post it there. I feel like that's a good thing to post in general. So, keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll probably post it Sunday after streams are done for the week. Test encounter, and we are good to go. Phase 56, folks. What a time to be alive. I'm audible, right? I don't think I ever checked this. That'd be so funny if I was talking this entire time. Okay, no, my mic is working. Hold that tight. Oh, we were an absolute machine last night. We cranked out 4,650 encounters just last night. And it would have been 4,680 if we didn't find the shiny. Oh, did the audio cut out on FireRed again? It did. Okay. We will fix that. I gotta figure out what's wrong with that. Maybe it just needs to be, like, recalibrated or whatever. Oh. Okay. That's right, we put our mouse here yesterday because it's just easier to keep it there. Alright. Sorry about this last night, but like it takes so long for me to get into a rhythm with the new method that we're using. And then we can be in a rhythm for like a really long time. And then we stop to do like one thing, and then we're out of sync again and have to like re-find it. Once we get in that rhythm, oh, we are golden. So yeah, I would imagine 2.5 hours of hunting. Today's being broken up into 2 different streams, so you're getting streams 195 and 196 today. And like they're basically the same streams, that's why I don't know if I would necessarily want to categorize them as different streams, but they technically are different streams. They're different VODs, so that's the important distinction. Okay, so we did 4,650 encounters yesterday. And we did 2,100 encounters the day before. So we're at 6,750 encounters for the week. I don't think I hit the button. 7,000, 6,000, 6,750. Yeah. Stacks, welcome in. Stacks, I am late. I meant to start at 2. Woke up late, but that's not why we were late. I was deleting files off my computer to make space for more VODs. And my computer had to shut down twice because of a weird file. So that took longer than expected, but now I don't have to think about storage space on my computer for a while now. And yes, it is Wii Shop Wednesday. I'm glad you started late. I got off work not too long ago and got a shower and food. So keep starting late. I don't often start early in the day, so that is the nice thing. With the pace at which I'm trying to complete this hunt now, I probably will have some days where I do need to stream and hunt during the day. But for the majority, like, my evenings should be free going forward, so... No damn, no worries, I was rearranging my room and making food, so it's good timing. Okay, good. Well, it ended up shaking out to the point where, like, we are just starting when we typically start now, which is around, like, 5 or 6. So, it all works out, I guess. But yeah, I was hoping to get way more encounters in before I had to sign off at 7:30 to 8-ish. Ooh, an unknown in the Pokemon community game. That is an ultra cherished ball. We do not have this letter. I would love to get one of these as a shiny. Unknowns on unknowns. Unknowns. Also, I have my YouTube live chat open now, so I'm not going to miss any chatters like I did yesterday. I just have it up on my second monitor now. Let's go. Unknown Z secured. I'd have to see all the unknowns I have at this point now. Okay, so the N, the shiny N that we got last night at 3 a.m. I didn't realize this, but this was the first letter N that we got in Generation 4. All 3 N's we got before that were in FireRed and LeafGreen. So that's another letter that we have obtained in both generations now. Because that's another thing. Like, I talk about hunting for them in Generation 4. Hunting for all the unknowns in Gen 3. But I feel like it'd be another challenge to add on of completing the Gen 4 Unknown collection. So that's something that I would have to consider as well. I would need, like, capture carded DSs before I do that, though. I wouldn't do this again. So I imagine we can get probably like 1,500 encounters done in 2 hours of hunting. And then we will use the time after stream today, or after my fantasy draft, to at least get to 3,000 encounters, I imagine. So that's kind of what I have planned. So if we've done, I just talked about, what was it, 6,750? Okay, so we would have to do 3,300 to get to 10,000 for the week, and that's not bad. Getting 10,000 encounters in for the week is, like, still very good, even though our goal is to do 12,800. So that is a good pace for maintaining. We're also on what? We're on phase 3 of our quest for Q. So we've already found 2 shinies since starting the official hunt for Q. So we're already, like, well ahead of pace for just the number of phases that we need to do for it. So many of these games have just been sitting dormant for so long, and they're like, "Yeah, we wanna give you shinies again." I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool. Thanks for doing that." Hard Gold specifically. Hard Gold is now up to 12 shinies by itself. Also, at some point last night, just when, like, chat was pretty dead, I started playing an audiobook while I was hunting. And I think for maybe, like, 3 minutes, the audiobook was playing on stream, just because, like, I had it open via Chrome on YouTube. And it was just like, oh yeah, this is the file that we recognize as the source of audio, so we're just gonna have that play. And so I had like 3 minutes of an audiobook playing. And I didn't get a copyright strike on the VOD that I uploaded to YouTube. So I think it's interesting that it makes me wonder if YouTube doesn't have a way to recognize, like, at least long periods of audiobooks. Like, how much of an audiobook would I have to play on YouTube before YouTube recognizes that a copyrighted audiobook is being played? So, just something to think about. I don't think I would ever try to exploit that. But yeah, with all the luck we've been having lately and how under odds we've been since coming back, we are definitely due for a long phase soon. That's not to say it will happen, but like if a long phase were to occur now, like if we went over 10,000 on a phase, I'd get it. I would understand. Shiny roll for stacks. I'm about to go watch the beginning of my VOD from stream yesterday. Amazing. If you recall, my top of stream was hot. It was a banger. It's one of those where I'm glad I was there for the beginning of it, because it was an absolute mess and also so much fun. Did not hit the button there. You guys ever just forget that Korea exists? No! Alright, first 300 down. Wild Cineseer. Do I have this? I do have one. Okay. Keeping the neck loose today is going to be the biggest thing. So wait, what's 4,170 divided by 6? I did 695 encounters on hard gold alone, and then I found a shiny. Oh. Sorry. Replying to a text about unknown stuff. Ooh. Having 67,000 bench shares feels powerful. Oh, okay, alright. Oh, that reminds me, I still have to do 20 push-ups from yesterday. Push-ups and squats. Herd, chef. And a hydrate. Alright, I'll do the hydrate after. Hey, whatever you put for push-ups, I'm just going to reciprocate in your stream. Remember that. I have 16,000 show bucks. Alright, let's see. Let's get to the exercise cam. Yeah, we did 50 push-ups yesterday. I've seen Full Metal Alchemist, thank you. That also means more bear tick in my chat, so win-win.
Win-win-win-win.
Alright, I hope my muscles aren't still fatigued. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I can actually physically do a push-up today, which helps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Welcome in, Lancet. And a hydrate. God, it takes so much to get back into, like... Alright. I'm gonna hunt again. Do we get our third 420 Mon right now? Our third 420 shiny? I don't think it'll happen. It did not happen. A wild Lechonk. Wow. Why do I get my phone light up for that notification? That shouldn't happen. Secured. I might start the Shiny Living Dex in Gen 5 soon. Oh, that's exciting. Have you found any Shinies in Gen 5 before? I had some a few years ago on my old copies, but I was never able to find them, so a few months ago I got a new copy of Pokemon White, and I was going to hunt right away, but I played it in a... Oh, I haven't played it in a long time, so I just played through normally, but now it's time to start over for the hunt. Nice! That's exciting. So, when you say start over, are you saying that, like, you're now going to begin hunting now that you've beaten the game? Or are you, like, starting the file over to play it again? Getting a copy of Pokemon Black soon as well. That's super cool. I think White was the one that I had. I had White was the first game I got, and then I found a copy of White 2 way after it came out. And that was like right before the Pokemon craze started. So it was I only got it for like 39 bucks. It was a pretty good steal. And starting the file over? Gotcha. Yeah, Gen 5 is probably... It's one of the hardest living dexes to do because, especially if you're playing on Pokemon Black and White, there is no shiny charm. So, you're rocking at full odds the entire game. Carkaiser with a 49.67 on the shiny roll. So, that's going to be a long project, but it's going to be an exciting one. So, I wish you the best of luck on that. I'm sure at some point down the line, I'd be interested in doing a Gen 3 Shiny Living Dex. So that'd be a fun one to do. I feel like I can naturally get some of the targets. Just from, like, some being more common spawns, like Rattatas, Pidgeys, Spearows, etc. And then Safari Week is also just a great way to get extras like that. Like, you'd be able to get the Nidoran line, the Nidoking, Nidoqueen line pretty easily. Emerald would be tough. Because I don't like the dead battery problem that Emerald has, and just like everything that goes into trying to find the starters that way. So I would consider getting like Ruby and Sapphire and then just doing the starters that way. Oh, I don't even want to think about hunting the starters in Emerald. Yeah, I'd probably get a copy of Ruby or Sapphire to do that. The legendaries wouldn't be terrible. The nice thing is you can go in and out of the caves to hunt for those in Emerald, so that way you don't have to worry about soft resetting. So that'd be a good one. What else? I'm trying to think of Pokemon I'd have to soft reset for. I'd have to soft reset for Cast Form. You could Masuda method for, like, Beldum and stuff like that. Can you... Wait, does Cast Form have an egg group? I have to check this. Oh, yeah, it is in an egg group. Okay. So you could Masuda for that one. Okay, that's not terrible. But yeah, Gen 5, that's going to be a steep one. That's a lot of Pokemon to get. For sure. I'm expecting to spend a lot of time on it. Yeah, that's, I guess, what's your first target? Would you do, like, a shiny badge quest or, like, a dream team quest or something like that? Or, yeah, I guess, how would you go about doing it? I'm trying to think of, like... Because starting a badge quest... Starting, like, any shiny living dex from the beginning always feels super steep. So, the way to do it is to, like, break it up into blocks of, like, okay, I'm gonna hunt for shinies in this category for a little bit. And then I'm gonna hunt for this for a little bit. And then, after I get enough shinies, then I can finally get to the point where it's like, okay, I have all of these shinies so far. Oh, and we hit 370,000. I have all these shinies. Now I need to get the ones that I don't have. And I feel like that is... I feel like that's the way you have to tackle it, honestly. Batang, so Great Ball. Because by the time I've done all these unknowns, and I'm like, I've taken care of all the 1% encounters, and like, you do enough Safari Week stuff, and especially with the fishing encounters that I'm doing, you start to build up a pretty sizable collection, and then that's when you can like start to target specific Pokemon after that. But yeah, living dexes, that's like a lifetime of work if you aren't able to do it often. If you're able to do it daily, like, absolutely, you should try it, but it's a lifetime of work. But you're aware of that. I don't need to tell you that. I'm going to probably do Tepig in white and Snivy on black, and then probably do the Route 1 Mons. I don't exactly have a specific team or anything, but... Yeah, no, I feel like that's a great way to start. Get the starter. Are you going for a shiny living dex where you want a shiny of every Pokemon? Or, like, if you have gotten it shiny, then it counts. So, like, if you get Tepig and you evolve it up to Emboar, then Tepig, Pignite, and Emboar are covered. Or, are you trying to get one of every shiny and, like, have an actual, like, living dex? We also have an ad coming up. Thought of that. I think I might just do it where I evolve one for now and count them as good. Yeah. For the sake of, like, not having to do back-to-back or, like, repeat shinies, I think that makes the most sense. Because, like, I wouldn't want to hunt Tepig 3 times in a row. You know what I mean? It's easier to do that in, like, current games because, like, the way the terrarium works with Scarlet and Violet, like, you can catch the Chopin. We've located your beeps. I hope those were audible. Or having to breed and hatch eggs for it. Yeah, I hate hatching eggs. That's, like, my least favorite thing. Okay, that was 4,021 seconds on those beeps. So very close to 4,096. Yeah, I don't think I could hunt via egg hatching exclusively. I would do it if I was, like, looking to make a competitive, like, Pokemon. And if I, like, stumbled into a shiny, I would do it. But, like, yeah, man, that's brutal. I can't do Masuda method egg hunting. Something about it. Stacks redeeming some beeps. Let's go ahead and get some generated for you. Stacks your beeps are on the way. This stream will only be going for another hour and a half, maybe? Yeah. So hopefully they land within that time. Otherwise, I'll just refund you. Figured I'd wait till the first set we're done, so there's no issues. Makes sense. Why are my arms so itchy? What the hell? Are you gonna be streaming the fantasy draft? No, I'm gonna be hopping off right before it starts. So I'm gonna hop off stream. We'll have like 2.5 hours of streaming in. Once the draft is over, then I'm gonna hop on and stream again. So it should take like an hour. I'll also get some food in me, and then we'll be on for the late night again. I just want to get 3,000 encounters in, 3,300, 3,600 maybe. And then I'll be done for the night. So I think we can get like 1,500 or so done before the draft starts. So that'll be good. Yes, it is a double stream tonight. That is the plan, at least. If it doesn't work for whatever reason, I'll, like, message in the stream schedule, because I won't be streaming tomorrow because I have work, and then I also have work on Friday. I'm just going to be busy all day, so... No streams Thursday or Friday this week. And... not Saturday, because I have family coming in town. And then no stream Sunday either. So we'll be back Monday. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be going on Saturday. Or no, it's, wait. Yeah, Fair Saturday, yeah. Eight to 4? Which booth are you gonna be at? Grandstand? Heard. Does that one have the $2 cup of milk stand by it, or is that the only the one in the front? Your best bet to actually exchange words with me is before noon. After that, things start to get insane. That makes sense. Yeah, we're going during the day, so I think we will definitely be there before noon. I gotta talk with my folks and figure out what their plan is. Yeah, I think the milk booth is the one that's like in the front. Or I guess the south end of the fair. But that's where we always enter. Yeah, exactly. My folks always like that one because they're like, oh, the milk's cheaper. And I'm like, yeah, it's cheaper by like 50 cents. But you can also refill it as long as you stand in the area, so. I will stop by and say hi, though. We got a Sawsbuck. It is cheaper by 50%, and you do get free refills. $4? That's insane! Get Martha on the phone and tell her that's a bad idea. Even 3's kind of insane. But I think the milk stand is like $2 right now, so. Pokey catch. I'm just gonna throw a regular ball. I don't care enough for Salzburg. No, it's for, okay. It's for a cup. It's like for a paper cup of glass. Not of glass. A paper cup of milk, no refill. Yeah, that's the Minnesota State Fair for you. Okay, so the max ticket price for the fair last year was $17. And I could get like discount tickets ahead of time for like $14. This year, the discount tickets were $17 and the state fair ticket is now $20. I remember that when that shit was like $9, man. Like, what happened? Granted, we are probably one of the most popular state fairs in the country, but like, come on. Be real. I don't even know if I'm gonna get a bucket this year. I think I might just get like the smaller like cone or whatever it is. Especially since we have that bag of cookies that you gave us. I still have my Sweet Martha buckets from the last 2 years. I use that to defrost meat. I put meat in like a warm bucket of water before I cook it. Safe fair deal is you get a cup of cookies and a milk for $12. It is the only thing worth buying in my opinion. Okay, yeah, I guess that's fair. How much is just a cup of cookies? It's like, I imagine it's like, what, $10? The cookies are really good, I will say. They're not anything to write home about, but they've become a fair staple. $9 or $10? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Are you working the lemonade stand this year? Or are you just all in on Sweet Martha's? I took my talents away from lemonade to focus on baking excellence. Oh, I must have missed the post on LinkedIn with that same language. Still bring them cookies every shift? Based. I mean, when you get put on as a baker, ooh, double Q. When you get put on as a baker, I mean, that makes sense that you would rather just do that more often. So another hour of hunting. Oh, we could easily get to 1800. Get to 1800 encounters for the first stream, and then we'll do another 1800 after this. And then we'll call it a night. Like 500 subs and 40k views this week? Hell yeah. Is it a specific video that's doing it, or is it just like in general the Switch stuff? Two videos? Hell yeah. That's super exciting. One about playing used game cartridges can get you banned. I remember seeing that one. I actually watched a little bit of that. Yeah, I like the title for that because I'm like, oh, wait, I think I might actually need to see this. One where I tried playing the new Donkey Kong on Switch 1 using Game Share. I didn't watch that one, but I remember seeing it. Stacks be following everybody, of course. Yeah, just throw our views in there somewhere. We're somewhere in the pot. The Minecraft window. Highly don't recommend that because the tape, the sticky on it eventually just sticks to your window, especially if it's like during the winter. And then it's a bitch to take it off. So don't do that unless you like degreasing your window. Or, like, de-gooing your window. And then also, I don't know if I got charged for that, but, like, that sucked. I went through an entire bottle of Goo Be Gone afterwards. It was so difficult to get off after 9 months. I think I had mine for over a year, and I was like, yeah, this was not worth it. I just got new windows put in a little while ago. Yeah, not worth. Don't do it. I hope there's a comment in there that's like, yeah, I tried this on my window, and it still hasn't come off. That's one of your most popular videos, isn't it? It definitely looks cool. Like, it does come off, but it's a lot of elbow grease. Well, I think the problem I ran into is that I put it up on my window, and then the temperature change from like going from summer to winter made it like impossible to pull off. I did a challenge where I uploaded one video a day for 28 days, and that one got like 90,000 views. Hell yeah. I got the post notifications on. Hell yeah. Alright, officially over 1,000 for the phase. Sneak peek at this week's vid. Oh? What would the Switch 2 Lite look like? Ooh. That is interesting. Probably be smaller, if I had to guess. That'll be an interesting breakdown to see. I do not think they'd make one. I feel like the Switch Lite, the original Switch Lite, does everything it's supposed to do. I just like having the ability to take my really small screen and then put it on a big screen, which is literally what I'm doing right now. So the fact that you could do that all the way back on the GameCube, and now you can do it for the Switch, is great. You can get Switch Lites used for $60. Interesting. Do you think it's possible to, because I've been thinking about if I got a Switch 2, would I really want to, like, move everything over to a new Switch? Because part of me is like, I could just, like, start a new file and then I wouldn't have to worry about it. But, like, I feel like there are some aspects of my old file that I do want to have on my new Switch. Because I don't really want to, like, start from scratch. I don't know. Maybe I do. I just can't keep the same file. That's the I can't, like, use the same Nintendo account, can I? So if I got a Switch 2 and I played Pokemon Legends ZA and I had my account on my original Switch and I used the same account on my Switch 2, can I keep those separate but still have the same file name? But then there's like also the thought of like, oh, well, I want to move like my Zelda stuff over so that I can play Zelda on the Switch 2. But I don't think I'd want to move any of my I don't know. Because I want to play Scarlet Violet on the Switch 2 as well. Like, that's another aspect of it that I want. I just don't know if I want to, like, completely abandon my Switch. But at the same time, like, my Switch is jank as fuck right now. It was, like, the original Switch that came out upon release. So, like, it has issues. I am logged into both my Switches with my one Nintendo account. I've moved nothing into it, and every time I launch a title for the first time, I can decide to use the cloud save or start over. Okay. Interesting. So, I know that Pokemon doesn't allow cloud saves, right? How would Pokemon work with that? Treepy has been caught. Excellent. It doesn't use cloud saves? That's new to me. I thought every game was compatible. No, I'm pretty sure they make it so that you can't do that, so that you can't, like, hunt... Hang on. Does Scarlet Violet allow cloud saves? It's likely that cloud saving is not supported to avoid people using it to clone/duplicate their Pokemon. That's why. Yeah, Pokemon doesn't allow cloud saves, which is, like, kind of the crux of why I was interested in this. And since that's the majority of, like, what I do on the Switch, I am wondering whether I need to, like, make the transfer or not. But, like, I know you can cloud save Zelda pretty easily, so I'm not worried about that. I think what I would do is I would move Scarlet and Violet over to the Switch 2. And then I would keep Sword and Shield and Legends Arceus on the regular Switch if I can. Or, actually, no, I'd want to move Legends Arceus over. Also, we have an ad starting soon. There are ways to move stuff too. Okay. Whenever I get a Switch 2, I might, like, have you on Discord while I'm doing it. Because I'm very worried that I would do something wrong, and then it would be unreversible. That's okay. Like, I would keep, Sword and Shield on my original Switch, and then I would probably move Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet over to the Switch 2. But then everything else I would just keep on the original Switch. Oh, and I would move, like, what would it be? I would move the Zelda games over. Shift. It's shipped. It's not delivered. Why would you say it's delivered? The 31st? Okay. Oh! I think a Wavebird receiver arrived today. I will be right back. Okay, not only did we get our Wavebird receiver today, but Jojo's back. And he peed on the floor, which was such a joy to clean up. Isn't that right, Jojo? Isn't that right? You gonna camp here for a bit? Okay. Alright, what's your plan, bud? Okay, you're gonna sit here. I'm gonna scoot in a little bit more, and then we can do this. I'll see if I can angle this down a little bit. Oh, I guess you can't really see it. That's okay. So that pair of socks I'm probably just going to throw away now because one of them already had a hole in them. So but we now have, that's the big news. We now have 2 Wavebird receivers. Jojo thinks it's a treat. Here, just gonna confirm for you that this is not a treat. No. He hears the plastic and is like, oh yeah, this is a treat for sure. It's not a treat. None of it's a treat. Chill out. The Wavebird is not a treat. You are not special. Yeah, so this is what we have been ordering. These things were like $40 a pop. I think one's 35, one was 40. And now we're just waiting for the controller. All of these were ordered from separate places, by the way. That's the market for Wavebird receivers at the moment. There. Sitting this far back is going to put an absolute strain on my neck, and I'm just accepting that now. Yes, that is for the wireless controller. So, like, this is what a Wavebird controller kind of looks like. The difference between... And I can actually highlight this now. The difference between this one is there's no, like, dial on either of these to, like, change the radio frequency. Whereas this receiver has a little dial here that you rotate. There's like 16 different channels for it to be on. And the way it works is that if your receiver is on the same channel as the controller, then it'll work. Now the thing is, you can have multiple receivers on the same channel as the controller, and then the controller can just operate all of them simultaneously. So it makes it so that GameCube shiny hunting is super easy to do if you have multiple receivers. But it's also what has made the Wavebird receivers so hard to find. They're not hard to find, but they're expensive. And the controllers themselves aren't actually that expensive themselves, but the receivers are rare because so many people buy them up to operate multiple games at once with one controller. Yeah, bud? You good? You're just putting your head down. Stacks with the shiny roll. Three J's. past the 2-hour mark. We should probably go for another half hour. It'll be a little over that if we want to hit 1,800 encounters for the phase. The Wild Weedle. Set your legs there. Yeah, this is more comfortable. Don't you agree? Got an ad starting soon. Stacks for doing a hydrate. I'll definitely have to get some more water for next stream, that's for sure. There he goes. You can now sit comfortably again. Stacks. Stacks, we've located your beeps. Let me do these encounters real quick. That was 4,053 seconds on those beeps. So very close, even closer than Chopin was on hitting 4,096. And a wild Stoutland. Oh, I don't have this. Okay. That will be an Ultra Ball then. Oh boy, smooching time. Thank you for the follow, Shadow Triad. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far.
Just a friendly reminder to everyone that JoJo Treats is something that you can pay.
Alright, we're doing a JoJo treat. Alright, come on. Good boy, good boy. Sit. Stay. Please chew. What are you doing, bud? Y'all are hearing this, right? Alright, there he goes. But yes, sorry, Shadow Triad, welcome in. Are you a shiny hunter yourself? If so, is there anything you're hunting? Or are you just a Pokemon enjoyer in general? You're also hunting Unown? Oh my gosh. Are you hunting for all of them, or are you hunting for a specific letter? That's amazing. I definitely did not hit the button that time. That's super fun. Well, I mean, I guess welcome to the WP Vertix stream. I've been hunting for Unowns for a little over 4 years now, and I am one letter away from having the full odds collection of Unknowns complete. So I'm glad you found the channel. That's super fun. I'm 13,000 deep, just trying to get one for my Soul Silver playthrough. Oh my gosh, that's super cool. I have a friend who is also a viewer of the channel. His name is Hooch Brando, who is doing a shiny badge quest for his, I think it's his Soul Silver Hard Gold playthrough. I think it's Hard Gold. He got his shiny starter, and now for his second badge quest encounter, he is hunting for Unown in the Runes of Alph as well. Okay, so you're hunting for any of the first 10 letters then, because I'm assuming that's all you've been able to unlock. That's very exciting. I wish you the best. The longest phase that I've had on this is 24,738 encounters without seeing a shiny. So stay vigilant, and I know it'll arrive soon. I used walk through walls to get W through Z unlocked, and I'm kind of worried it messed my shiny odds. Oh, how does that work? Oh, you did it so that you could get them. I don't think that's not going to affect your shiny odds. Now, I don't know how like glitches and like manipulation of the file work, but I don't think that should affect whether or not like a Pokemon's shiny for you. Yeah, just stay vigilant. It'll eventually appear. Are you? I'm assuming you're only hunting on one system. Okay, so if you unlock W through Z, is there a specific letter that you're hunting for? Or do you just want one of those specific letters? I'm usually a Gen 5 hunter, but I've been on this forever. Oh, nice. Stax, who's in the chat, is actually looking into starting a Shiny Living Dex hunt for Gen 5. Yeah, super cool. I like the Emolga hunt as well. Is there... Now, I'm trying to remember if there's a specific spot that Emolga spawns. So, I can't quite remember, but... Regardless, best of luck on that. Yeah, we have a fantasy football draft coming up in like half an hour. So I'm going to be ending stream here in about 10 to 15 minutes. But after that is done, I will be back online to hunt again afterwards. So we're getting like a short stream during the day, and then we're doing a short stream afterwards. And we're just going to get 1800 done now. We'll get 1800 done later tonight. So we will be ending soon, but I appreciate you following and finding the channel. How you did. I'm like 60 deep into Unova Living Dex. Oh, wow. So you're pretty far then. Emolga comes from the shaking grass patches only on a few routes. Okay, gotcha. Because I remember it being so prominent in the electric gym, and then, like, never finding it during the game. Is there, like, a Poker Radar that you use in Gen 5, or am I just thinking of Gen 4? Yeah, we're about to pass. We're about to pass 371,000 total encounters for the hunt. No poke radar, but there's pass powers. Oh, right. Oh, right, the static ability. Yeah, that's true. That's gonna make encountering that way easier then. And that's the thing. There were no like bells and whistles like that for FireRed and LeafGreen. They didn't really start adding any of that kind of stuff, especially like synchronize and compound eyes until Gen 3 in Emerald. So like in FireRed and LeafGreen you didn't have it, but they started adding stuff in when Emerald came out. It's okay though. The odds in FireRed and LeafGreen for the unknowns are already wacky as they are, so it all shakes out. Yeah, we're gonna get to 1,800 encounters and then we'll wrap up. So we're coming up on that soon. But be sure to tune in later tonight if you find the chance to. We will be online again. It'll be a late night stream. We got a lot of streamers that are doing Fossil Week this week, so they're hunting specifically for fossil Pokemon. I think if I participated in that in the future, I would do the space-time distortions in Legends Arceus in an attempt to encounter those. But yeah. But we had a really good stream yesterday. We found 2 shiny unknowns yesterday. One in 2,580 encounters, and then the next in 4,170 encounters. So, good stream yesterday. Obviously, they were both duplicates, but with the odds for finding the letter Q being so low, we're doing everything we can to maximize those chances, but they're not good. That's why finding the Q is going to be such a big deal. Alright, we are on our last 100 encounters of the stream. Appreciate everybody hanging out today. This has been good. Shadow Triad, thanks for checking out the channel and for following. As I said, we will be back on a little later tonight, so be sure to tune in later. Keep those notifications on, because you don't want to miss the potential shiny Q. Yeah, we'll find somebody to raid. That'll be a good way to send it off. I would like this Bramble Ghast. Phantom Ball. Okay. Oh, bumped it. Nice catch. Oh, we have one more ad coming through. I should have disabled that one. Alright, I'm gonna go slowly here so that at least after the ad people can see the last encounters here. 45 seconds left on the ad. $30 left on the ad. I swear I would have delayed this ad if I had the ability to. Five, four, three, two, one. Okay, we should be back from the ads now. Alright, now we are on our last 6 encounters of tonight's stream, or of our first stream tonight. That will get us to 1800. No shiny on this stream, but we'll be back later tonight to see if we can redeem. Again, thank you everybody for hanging out. We will be back later this evening, closer to like 10. Yeah, probably closer to 10 if I had to guess. So, that's 10 Central, by the way. So, I will catch y'all then. Let's go ahead and find a channel to raid. Shadow Triad, thank you for tuning in. Stacks, thanks for hanging out. Let's see. We got Cougar, Mocha, Shine Patrol. Who is on? That makes sense to raid. Let's raid Waycat? Yeah, let's raid Waycat. They are hunting for the Heart Gold Soul Silver Stars. Yeah. This would be a good one. We've raided Waycat before. Super cool streamer. Let's go ahead and get prepared for that. Perfect. Okay. Chat, thank you so much for hanging out. Let's switch to full frame. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. We'll be back later this evening to continue the hunt. We're going to probably do another 1,800 encounters, and then we will be good to go. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace!